Howdy do, y'all. This is John, and today we are talking about Alien Resurrection, a movie released back in 1997 starring Sigourney Weaver. And in Alien Resurrection, it is set about 2 centuries after the last Alien film, and the military has managed to clone Ripley and somehow get the alien queen out of her. It's all convoluted science, okay? It's all convoluted science. It doesn't make any sense. It's really stupid. And what do you know? The xenomorphs, they escape. People never learn. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, there really isn't much to like about this film. I'm being honest here. Really, the best thing about this movie is most of the special effects have aged pretty well. I'm serious, most of them have. The only bad thing I can think about with the special effects are the CGI xenomorphs. That's it. The CGI xenomorphs are literally the only bad special effects in the entire movie. Everything else, they're actually pretty good. I especially like how, and this is the makeup and animatronics department, when it comes to the eggs, there's like this sort of bubbling effect or pulsating effect with the eggs before they hatch. I genuinely think that's really a really nice touch to add on the eggs. Other than that, the best I can say is at least some of the actors tried. Like Sigourney Weaver, she's admitted this is a paycheck role, okay? But she at least tried, but this Ripley 8 character, this clone of Ellen Ripley, it's just badly written. Winona Ryder also tried, but again, her character's badly written. And that's about all I got. Now let's just trash the crap out of this movie, okay? Because it's terrible. I'm serious, like, it's awful. The narrative it's stupid, okay? It's like, get all of the stupid cliches in a sci-fi horror film. Let's just mix them all together in one narrative. Boom, here you go. Not only that, but like the dialogue is really hammy and comical, and yet all of the actors, they're acting seriously. This movie was written by Joss Whedon, by the way, who's, in my opinion, a very overrated writer. All I can think of that he's done that's really good is one TV show and one movie. First Avengers is fine, the second one, no, thank me. But when it comes to like really good stuff he's done, all I can think of is Firefly and Serenity. And he openly admitted he wanted this movie to be like a satirical comedy or something like that.
Fuck.
And yeah, you can tell. But thankfully, like, Jean-Pierre Jeunet, the director of the movie, said, no, let's take this seriously. But instead of hiring a new, better writer, he just simply kept Whedon's script. Talk about idiocracy on display. So you have all of the satirical comedy stuff, and, you know, everyone takes everything seriously. So you get like this really totally uneven mishmash of stupidity. Now let's talk about the horror elements. Because the first 3 Alien movies, because I will admit towards being a defender of Alien 3, the first 3, they got it right. This one, absolutely not. First of all, they never bothered to hide the aliens, the xenomorphs. I'm serious, they never bothered to keep them hidden in the shadows or anything like that. And not only that, but for some reason, they thought that being gory as heck was scary. I'm sorry, but gore does not mean equal scare. Yes, you can have gore and have it, be used as an effect to amplify the scares, but that's not what makes it scary. The previous 3 movies understood this very well. Although I would argue that the first 2 were the most effective. With this one, no. You have to build tension, you have to build suspense. And you also have to make your audience like your characters to the point where they don't want to watch them die. And speaking of the characters are terrible. You've got Ripley 8, who's a clone of Ellen Ripley, and she just doesn't really resemble Ellen Ripley that much. She doesn't resemble Ellen Ripley that much at all. If it weren't for the fact that she's played by Sigourney Weaver, you wouldn't even know that she was a clone of Ellen Ripley. And while they do a few things with her that's at least somewhat interesting from a idea perspective, from an execution perspective, it is done terribly. Also, how the heck were they able to clone Ellen Ripley? Like, she fell in a thing of molten lead, of melted lead, with an alien queen inside of her. I don't think either her or the queen would leave any DNA behind. Winona Ryder's character has barely any personality at all. And while Winona Ryder herself tries to overcome this, she just wasn't able to overcome bad writing. Ron Perlman plays a very angry guy, and that's all you know about him, is he's very angry all the time for no apparent reason. And to add to the list of stupidity, there's also a new form of alien in this movie that's just ridiculous.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Without getting into too much spoilers, there's a whole new alien in this movie, and it looks disgusting, and it's hardly even a good idea. Guys, at the end of the day, Alien Resurrection's terrible. It's definitely one of the worst films in the series. All I can say about the movie is at least the actors, or some of them, tried, and the special effects artists came to work. But other than that, this movie is an example of idiocracy. Writers who made this movie just simply said, hey, wouldn't this sound cool? But don't ever bother to try and think critically as to whether or not it made sense. Because it doesn't, hardly anything makes sense. The new Alien doesn't make sense. The whole narrative, it's just sci-fi cliches galore. The whole Ellen Ripley clone thing is just stupid. And would I recommend this movie? The answer is absolutely not. I'm going to give Alien Resurrection a 2. Anyway, when I started doing these Alien reviews, I left a poll for you guys asking, hey, do you want me to redo my reviews of the Alien movies? And well, yeah, the vast majority of you guys want me to do that. So guess what? I'm going to do that next week. Alien vs. Predator. I am redoing my review of that movie for you guys. And I will also be redoing my review of Alien vs. Predator Requiem as well. Oh boy. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Brodetsky will return.